is the aftermath of Elimination Chamber. What will happen? What's gonna happen next after we saw what we saw? I don't know, but guess what? We live from Buffalo, New York. Come on, let's talk it through. You know how we do. It's T Talking Wrestling. Yo! To all my wrestling lovers out there, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. CM Punk, one of the best wrestlers and one of the best promos in the WWE. What would he say with a live microphone, and upset at that based on what we saw at the Elimination Chamber? He came out and let us know what was on his mind. 3 people in particular: The Rock, Cena, and Seth Rollins. First, he talked about The Rock, or the final boss. He let us know he's an old man, he's bald, and just because he's the director doesn't mean anything. He's gonna do what he wanna do. He hasn't met CM Punk, who's the best in the world. He's a fake champion, the people's champion. He doesn't know what to do, and he's just throwing his weight around because he's having a midlife crisis. A lot of words for The Rock, and he wasn't ashamed to say none of them. John Cena, you was next for CM Punk. He let us know that your heel turn was a shocking surprise. He gave you the benefit of the doubt because after 20 years of hustle, loyalty, and respect, he thought that's what you were about. But clearly, we see straight through you. You never was about that. You let the kids down. You let the fans down. You let everybody down, including yourself, to sell out. And sell out to The Rock of all people. Last but not least, CM Punk touched on Seth freaking Rollins. We know the history between these two, but Elimination Chamber just made it that much worse because Seth Rollins basically took the WrestleMania moment that CM Punk was about to get away from him, just like that with a curb stomp. He let Seth Rollins know how cowardice he is, and he also mentioned his wife, Becky Lynch, and told her to come get a husband, because if not, he gonna put him in a wheelchair. And Seth Rollins came out right after that, and he wasn't happy, and they had a brawl. All the way at the entrance ramp, they had a brawl. By the audience, they had a brawl in the audience, and that was a common theme throughout the night, as you will see throughout the show. The Judgment Day saga continues. You know they've been having problems because Finn Balor is not really appreciative about how things are operating with Carlito, Dom, and everybody else. But the Judgment Day is in celebratory mode. Why? Because Liv and Raquel are 3-time women's tag team champions, making history. So that's what they want to talk about. Liv even showed off her whip mark from Bianca Belair in the Elimination Chamber. But Finn Balor, he just want to get down to business. He want to highlight the things that's wrong, but they just want to party. So eventually, that's going to come to a head. But he wants to deal with Braun Breaker like Dom and Carlito couldn't get done. Gunther versus Otis. Gunther, I'm talking to you. You always picking on people. You think you the big bad bully. You going up against Jey Uso at WrestleMania, so you just don't like people that love the crowd. Tozawa loved the crowd. You didn't like him. Otis is a crowd pleaser. You didn't like him. So tonight you go up against Otis, but you think you the big bad wolf. So you step in the ring with Otis. Y'all go back and forth. You give him some hard hits. It's very hard hitting. But Otis gives us the worm and all the trademark moves, and the fans adore it. You just don't want fan reaction. You want people to adore you, but you don't have nothing for them to look up to. But it's okay. You got the win with your patented power bomb. But Otis, hung in there with you. But I'm tired of what you do after the match. You always attacking people. You always hurting them or trying to hurt them. But Jey Uso came out and he rescued Otis. But you got the last laugh, because at the end of the day, you choked Jey Uso out trying to make a statement before WrestleMania. But it's alright, because you could do all that now at WrestleMania when the heat is on. Jey is going to give you everything you're looking for. And I know he's walking out as the champion. And then the big bad bully is going to get what he deserves. AJ Styles in a backstage interview. And who comes around provoking things and instigating things? None other than Karrion Kross. What is he doing? Just being nosy and stirring the pot up. And of course he gets inside AJ's head and let him know, Logan Paul this, Logan Paul that. And what did we get? Oh, we gonna get a match next week with Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. And I can't wait. That should be an action-packed match and it's gonna be great. The women's IC title is up for grabs as we see champion Lara Valkyria versus Ivy now. Can Ivy finally fulfill her promise to Chad Gable while he's on his quest and get the championship to American Made? Well, the match was great and I love matches like this. Why? Because it's a mix of styles. You got strength from Ivy now versus agility of Lara Valkyria. And Ivy was on a mission. Her goal was to injure Lara Valkyria's knee and leg so that she couldn't do maneuvers that she wanted to. And then Lara just had resilience and energy and hung in there no matter what. I thought Ivy was going to pick up the win because she was doing everything and more necessary. Great match, but Lara picked up the win and Ivy couldn't get it done for American Made. Ding, ding, ding. Round number 2 between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Every time these two saw each other, it was on sight. The fight was on regardless. It didn't matter who tried to stop it. Backstage this time, and they got rough. Adam Pearce, the general manager, just couldn't do anything. They couldn't stop it no matter what. So what did he do? He made a match for next Monday, a steel cage match to try to put a conclusion between these two men because things just get crazy. We all got that one friend that always over-exaggerates just how much they do. That's Ludwig Kaiser. He is always talking about how much appreciation the fans should give him and that he's a future world champion. I don't deny that he'll be a champion one day, but you can't tell the fans how to feel and what to feel. If they not with you, they just not with you. And that's why they was cheering like crazy when Penta came out to set Ludwig up and really put him in his place and embarrass him yet again. Not a match, but just put him in his place and knock him down a peg to let him know they don't want to hear you. They want to really represent true wrestling, and I'm here for them. The next hot topic coming out of Elimination Chamber outside of John Cena's heel turn is none other than the return of Jade Cargill and what she did to Naomi and how Bianca feels about it, knowing that they are two of her good friends and her sisters. So she had an interview which she was asked, how do you feel? What's your reaction? What's going on? Where are you mentally? And she let us know honestly, it's a bittersweet moment because yes, I won the chamber, but I can't believe what my eyes witnessed between my two sisters. But I'm just gonna focus on tonight's main event, which will be Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, and the winner I will face at WrestleMania, and I'm ready for either one, and I'll be at ringside. Duo had a message for the New Day. They wanted to let them know that they didn't get the job done. trying to injure their leader, Rey Mysterio. How we know that? Because Rey himself was standing there and he let them know, okay, y'all want to try to injure me? I got something for y'all. Me and Dragon Lee, one shot in a tornado tag match next week, and it's going to be crazy because it's in New York City. Now let me explain to y'all what a tornado tag match is. It's different than your typical tag match because you don't have to tag your partner. All 4 men are legal, and as long as you get a pinfall or submission, your team wins. Anything goes. There's no rules outside of a pinfall or submission. LWO and the New Day, they gonna tear New York City up. I guarantee it. Let's talk tag team action. The War Raiders versus the Creed Brothers. Now we have a veteran tag team in the War Raiders versus up-and-coming young superstars in the Creed Brothers. I want to first say happy birthday to Ivar, which is part of the War Raiders. Now this match was something spectacular. I gotta give credit to both teams. The Creed Brothers really showed how athletic they are. I mean, 450 splashes, jumps, drop kicks off the apron. They do a lot of stuff, but the War Raiders are veterans. They know how to withstand all that athleticism. They've been through the war themselves, and they showed the Creed Brothers exactly what they promised. If you want these tag team titles, which they promised Chad Gable they were going to get, you got to go through war and you got to be prepared. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these two teams tangle it up again, but the War Raiders came out with the victory, and the Creeds did not fulfill their promise, but did very, very well. I'm proud of them. Chad Gable's quest to overcome Lucha Libre took him to Mexico in search of a merchant that he was asking all the patrons around, have you seen this person? Do you know this person? Do you know that person? He finds the merchant, and the merchant let him know the only way to overcome Lucha Libre, you have to embrace it. You have to become part of it. He offers him a box that we don't know what's inside for $500. Chad Gable gives him the money, opens the box, and doesn't reveal what's inside. I believe it's a Lucha Libre mask or maybe a picture of a Lucha Libre that he needs to go seek out to learn more about. Stay tuned, we're gonna find out. This is a get well soon to my man Sami Zayn. After that unsanctioned match at the Elimination Chamber, he re-injured himself, which is no surprise because Kevin Owens was ruthless. It was a great match, but it was just too much for Sami, and he was already not 100%. So this one's for you, Sami. Get well soon. Can't wait to see you back in action. Braun Breaker was having an interview by the Skybox in the audience, and of course, Finn Balor down below in the ring had to try to provoke Braun Breaker, saying he got lucky with everybody else. I'm different. I'm Finn Balor. The dogs won't be able to help you. You won't get no help, no assistance. Against me, it'll be easy win for me, and I'll take your IC title whenever I feel like it. All this talk made Braun Breaker come down from the crowd and get to the ring. And of course, in Judgment Day fashion, Carlito and Dom try to ambush Braun along with Finn Balor. But let me tell you something about Braun Breaker. He is truly the new generation. He don't play around. 3 people could not stop him. He took all 3 by himself, and he was on top. And I'm sure it will be an IC title match between Braun Breaker and Finn Balor in New York, and that's going to be one to watch. The main event, the Women's World Championship match between challenger Io Sky and champion Rhea Ripley. Mommy is what we call her. Now, here's a lot to unpack. Io has never lost to Rhea in a one-on-one contest, and we got the number one contender, Bianca Belair, right at ringside watching all the action. So Rhea had a lot of pressure on her to show that she's the true champion despite who's across from her, and also to show off for Bianca Belair, which will come into play at the end of this match. Rhea Ripley just outclassed Io at the beginning of this match. Rhea just dominated with her strength. It was unbelievable. I thought Rhea was going to run right through Io. Even with all the history, Io looked like she wasn't even prepared. The domination of Rhea just was unmatched. But never judge a book by its cover, because the match never unfolds the way we expect. Io Sky, she got some moves in here and there, but it was basically counters and some top rope moves. And the fans were solely with Rhea Ripley because everybody loves Mommy. But what we gotta talk about is the ending sequence of this match. Even though Rhea had most of it, at the end there was a sequence outside the ring where Rhea caught Io with an electric chair, hit her head on the apron, and then the ring announcer's table, and all of a sudden they were sitting there getting ready to count Io out, and Bianca was encouraging Io to get back in the ring, stay in the fight. Now this made Rhea very upset because she took it as, why are you helping her? Why are you helping her? Are you scared of me? You don't want to face me at WrestleMania? But this shows the pressure Rhea was under. Just because somebody encouraged somebody to get back in the ring and not get counted out, but actually get a real win, Rhea was unraveling here. As proof of her unraveling, Rhea Ripley put hands on Bianca Belair, who was just a spectator of the match, just because she encouraged her opponent Io Sky. The pressure was getting to her, but it was evident that something was about to happen, and boy did it. Rhea tries to go for the riptide, her finisher, off the top rope on Io, and even says, "See you at WrestleMania, Bianca," to her before she did it, and all of a sudden, Io Sky hits a reversal on the move and hits her finisher for the 1, 2, 3. Now this is what I like about wrestling. Shockers. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody. Even if Io never lost to Rhea, there's no way I thought Rhea wasn't going to WrestleMania against Bianca. But boy, was I wrong. And I love when wrestling does something we don't expect. So at WrestleMania, we'll see Io Sky versus Bianca Belair for the Women's World Championship. Thank you to all of you for joining me once again on Tea Talking Wrestling as we broke down the aftermath of Elimination Chamber. This is some exciting stuff going into WrestleMania, and I know we love it. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It's Tea Talking Wrestling. Yeah!